Hey everyone. So what we're going to show you in this is a little upper body routine for especially when you're locked down at your desk and you're getting a little tight through the shoulders, chest, some neck issues. So grab a short stick. We have a 4-foot stick here. If you have a short little dowel at in your cubicle or your office, go ahead and grab it and follow along. So here Neil is in his normal seated position. Imagine your desk is in front of you. You've been staring at the computer for quite a few hours now. Take the stick and place it vertically perpendicular to the floor at 3 o'clock position. So Neil's going to place it down. Now what we're going to be targeting in this first one is the anterior arm line and the bicep. So Neil's going to place his hand on top with the palm in full contact with the top of the stick. From here, he's going to lightly push down into the floor. So he's going to radiate the tissues, create tension at about 30 to 40%. He's then going to pull the stick back behind him. And as he does this, if you can actually see the stretching of the fabric of the shirt, the tissues underneath and your skin are doing the same exact thing. He's actually pronating or taking his thumb and driving it down towards the floor, and that's going to open up this anterior arm line or bicep area. Most people, when they're on their phone or on their computers, this anterior arm line is a massive issue, so make sure that you're lengthening it. So he's going to hold that for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever feels good for you. Then he's going to bring it back. Once he's done, he can do a couple reps, so don't think you can only just do one. Do a couple reps of that. Your brain will let you know if it feels good. Once you're done with that, just go ahead and switch sides and repeat that same process. So that's for the chest, anterior arm line, bicep area. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in some neck rotation with that. So he's going to set up the same position, apply light tension, pull the stick back, get into the bicep, and now he's going to take his head and he's going to turn it towards me to the left. So if you're pulling your right arm back, you're actually going to look to the left. You're going to stretch all this anterior neck tissue right here on the side. And now, here's the one thing that most people don't do. He's going to actually create extension through the neck so that he opens up all the front tissues. We're like this a lot of times, way too often. So let's offset that. Extension of the neck is good for you, but a lot of people don't do it enough. So he can go up and down. He can rep that out a little bit. He can start to see where his range of motion is and what feels good for him. Once you've done that, switch the stick to the other side and repeat. Now we're going to go into an overhead position. We're going to add some rotation. So Neil has an overhand grip on the stick. Make sure your hands are wide enough, but not too wide. We want the pinkies to be fully engaged with the stick. From this position, he's going to pull apart on the stick. He's going to try to lengthen it. If it's a 4-foot stick, he's trying to make it like 4.5 feet in length. He's going to engage all the subscapular tissues in the lats, and he's slowly going to bring the stick up overhead. When he's doing that, make sure that you're not flaring the ribs. Do you see how the ribs just elevated up? We want to make sure that the anterior rectus abdominis is keeping the sternum connected to the pelvis. Here he's opening up the shoulders. He can hold that. He can keep pulling apart. And now he's slowly going to rotate left and right. So as he rotates to the right, you can see all this tissue line along here lengthening. He can hold that for a few seconds, and then he can rotate to the left, and now he's going to get the opposite line stretching from the left pec down to the right hip. Do about 2 or 3 reps in each direction, whatever feels good for you. Once you're done with that, he's going to come back to center position, and now we're going to get the lateral tissue. So you're going to take a quick second, give the tissues a little bit of a break, and then we're going to go again. So same with format, he's going to pull apart on the stick. We want to make sure too that all 5 fingers are fully engaged with the stick, so do not let the pinky come flying off. That pinky is that direct contact through the posterior arm line into your outer lat, so do not disengage it. He's going to pull apart on that stick, keeping the elbow straight, and all he's going to do is he's going to laterally flex. He's going to think about pulling his right ribs down to his right hip. He's going to be opening and stretching this left side. And then he's simply going to maintain that tension pulling apart on the stick and do the opposite side. So he's opening up that right lateral tissue right there. And then he's going to hold that. Make sure you're breathing too. So when you get into these positions, don't hold your breath. If you're finding that you're holding your breath, ease out of it, go into a shorter range of motion, but at all times, always make sure that you're able to breathe no matter what position you're in. So there's a little upper body shoulder opener for people that are computer locked. They've been sitting down for a little too long, excessive time. We don't want you to stay in any position for too long of a time period. So grab a stick or whatever is available to you, give those moves a shot, and let us know how you feel. We'll see everyone later.